BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hola, hola, hola. Hey, family. Melikia K. Courtney here. You are experiencing SXP MetaMorphosis 365. Welcome home. We begin this episode like we begin all other episodes. Gratitude is very, very important to live a life of gratitude, and keeping it a practice it's just wise. So join me in that. Thank you to BLAST Music247, where I also go live. You can find me Melikia K. Courtney YouTube channel, BLAST Music247 YouTube channel, and in a few other places, Audibly, Podcasty, Spotify, stuff like that. All right. I want to also thank my sissy, who I'm also sending great hugs and all the love to Sunshine of Shine Vibrations. She goes live Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for her podcast. If you haven't tapped into that, you want to. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, partner. What's going on with you? I am learning the speed of the buttons. Okay, great. So tonight, y'all, we are in our series of To Learn or Not to Learn. We've been having mental health conversations all month long, and be it fall for me to change it up when this is such an important moment. So two things are going to happen. One, we're going to have a very serious conversation today. So this is me preparing you and saying, hey, get a glass of water. Hey, grab a squishy squeezy if it helps you to think or regulate nerves, just in case you get triggered. Not saying that you're gonna, but it's a possibility because today we are going to talk about DV. This is a place where a lot of stress and issues and pain from that experience messes with the mental health. Okay, so tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. We are not only going to talk about it. I don't believe in just hashing out for hashing out's sake. There has to be a reason and a purpose behind it, and of course there is. You are at a growth podcast, so guess what we fit to do? Grow together. Okay, great. So I will be sharing several things just to give you a heads up and point out, identify if you might be experiencing domestic partner abuse. Because sometimes I've had it where the lovely person sitting in front of me just didn't get it. And it's no shot and it's no shade. Sometimes we just don't get it. And I'll share my story itty bitty style because we're really gonna focus and get into this conversation. So you'll hear about my personal DV story along the way, but it will be in the manner of, hey, be mindful, beware. If this is you, 988, text it. That's what you do. Get out, get out, get out. Save your life, save the life of your children, save the lives of your mate. All right, because everybody in that equation matters. We can't throw away anyone from that equation. Oh, that person's an abuser, monster, monster, monster. We don't care about them burning at the cross, or we don't care about her burning at the cross. This ain't that, because everybody in that dynamic experiencing that issue, everybody involved needs love. They all need help, need guidance, a correction. Get the picture? All right, a few things first. So that was one. That was a very long one, but you get the picture. And then two, I want to tap on this. Ta 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 ta. Where's your button? Boom. Blast Music 247. This is a quick way to find it and get to it. So I want to put that up there to make sure that folks have the opportunity to do two things. We're on a two things kick right now. Do two things when you get there. One or two. One, register as a fan. If you enjoy the music and independent artists and the wonder of all of that world, go be a part of it too. If you are an artist and you would like for many more eyes and ears to experience what you brought to the world, then again, register at BLASTMUSIC247 and get some exposure. Okay, that be that. That be that in. What else do I want to share with you guys? Let's share this.
Peace is practiced. It's a muscle just like the heart. Consider the heart after an attack where it stops beating rhythmically on its own. The chest is compressed and compressed until the muscle is reminded of its sole purpose. That's SOLE and SOUL. Purpose, ordained work, highest way of being. Those reminders have to come. Once reminded or replaced into a workable position, its exercise is a daily choice, like exercise daily, growing stronger daily. Eventually, that daily practice of exercising that soul-oriented highest being, the act and action, it moves from your immediate awareness beyond consciousness, kind of returning to that autopilot that you experienced from the very beginning. So is the way of peace. As the way of peace, it must be practiced to achieve the coveted realm of perfection, if you will. Hey, it's your girl Melikia K, Courtney, and I'm popping in with just a couple of seconds of thought. If you have not tended to your mind today, how about now? So take this much needed moment with Lady Molotov, yours truly, Melikia K. Courtney, and consider making poetry your next add to that coping skills bag. Follow me, subscribe.
Okay. So I definitely wanted just to offer you guys a few thoughts and once again do the rah rah hooray parade for adding poetry as a coping skill to your bag. It is honestly, and as a spoken word artist, a recording artist at that, as a writer from itty bitty age, being able to sit still, command that body to sit still, grab a pen and paper and to write out what I'm feeling or thinking or experiencing has been a lifesaver. And then to graduate that into poetically writing it, to bring the art into the expression, lifesaver. Okay, so I offer you that thought, and it is wrapped in fact, right? Let's get to it. So, as mentioned, we're going to have that conversation about domestic partner abuse. And I have my notes so we stay on track and don't go exactly into squirrel. 5 key signs to indicate that you might be experiencing domestic partner abuse. Now, let's talk about abuse. What can that be? That can be physical. That's like the easiest way to tell that one you can't deny. You're being tripped, you're being punched, you're being struck of some sort of fashion, and or handled, okay, mishandled physically. Mm. Emotionally, that is a little bit more dastardly because you can't grab it, you can't necessarily hold it or take it and present it and say, hey, this is emotional abuse, but you are very, very much aware that your emotions are being stomped all over, disregarded. You are experiencing that lovely gaslighting that you hear folks talking about. Nothing you do is accurate and you must be punished emotionally for it. Withheld love, um, ghosting. There are really, really many ways, hurting your feelings, calling your names, uh, all the nasty, stanky things that cause an emotional response that is negative in you. And I am not saying that every time that you may feel something negative or emotionally misaligned, that that is directly from abuse, but we are speaking about the lens of abuse. So walk with me here and let's do it maturely. Okay? Because this is not a pass for, hey, you hurt my feelings, so you're abusive. This ain't that. This is targeted actions and verbal expressions that are aimed at injuring you emotionally. All right. Psychologically, folks that like to play mind games. And I'm going to put it together with financially because these two kind of go hand in hand a lot of times. Now, they can't stand alone, but do understand it's a big time psychological game when the person holds the strings of the purse and you have no access, you have no say, you are being spoken to like you don't have a brain big enough to handle that task or any other reason that fits that would cause you to believe any effort to get you to believe that you are not worthy, that you are not valuable or valued, and it's consistent. It is within the confines of that partnership, that relationship, that romantic relationship, that marriage, that dating relationship, things like that. Okay. So draw the pictures in. And I will take time and go slower. So had this conversation with a young lady who was in high school and like I've had a couple of these conversations, which is really sad, but it did let me know that a lot of times we are not communicating to our teenagers what abuse looks like. Boom, here we go. She had gotten dressed, arrived late because she had to go get dressed again. Baby, why are you late? No, 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 no. I had to go change my clothes. Okay, why? And it literally kicked off, and it ended up with because her boyfriend saw what she had on, did not like it, and would not let her leave. Get it? Like would not let her continue on her way, on her path to get to where she was going. And I'm saying it in this fashion so that you understand it doesn't just apply to that young lady. This applies in so many instances. And if you are behind that behavior, if you are the villain in that scenario, because I definitely am not asking you to close your ears, your mind. I'm asking you to listen with honesty and with your heart, because maybe you got some villain in you, and then we can clean it up a little bit to hero. And then also, let's speak on the other end, folks who stand in the victim. Yes, there is a true place of victimhood. hmm And there's no shade in that. And yes, there is a true place of someone caring to live out life as a victim, and anything that anyone else says, they step into that emotion. So we're going to say hello to everybody, including those who are having a healthy relationship, because this is a conversation for everybody. We all know someone who has experienced the results or effects of DV, whether it was us going through it personally directly, or if it was us experiencing it through someone we love, sitting with them, hearing their story, walking through that experience with them, helping them to get out. These are all ways, okay? And we know it's true because 1 in 3 women, get it? And this is not just a gender thing. It's not just the women who are experiencing abuse. Okay, keep it moving. So physical, emotional, psychological, financial. Keep those in mind. Oh, and the trolls. Them trolls that love to do dirty things digitally. And this is a warning to folks who are listening. This is to everyone, not just the youngins, the elders too. Please do not send any pictures of anything that you don't want the entire internet seeing. Please do not send your images out to be developed in any digital systems. No images that you don't want the world seeing. Let's just not participate in that and protect ourselves, and let us not just do it for ourselves. Please get vocal with your kids. Get vocal with the kids around you, the youth, the young adults. Get vocal. All right, this is that conversation. This is that time. It's too much of that still happening, and we've seen lives end, or at least I have seen lives end because of that kind of behavior. All right, so you have kind of a landscape of what's been possible. All right, control over your life. When you're with a person who becomes that consuming point, who is seeking to control your life. I mean, you were a whole person and had things that you like to do, had a routine, had a life, had a movement, yada, yada, yada. You're doing life, and you get with this person, and suddenly you are no longer allowed to function as you. You have to become the image that they have in their mind that you will honest to God never fit, but they'll keep attempting to pressure the control over your movements. Again, over the way you dress, we talked about that. Things that you do every day, even going to work, even socializing. That's a very, very huge key. Socialization is a point of contention consistently. And yes, sometimes it's drawn from the fear in that person of losing your presence, their insecurities, get it? However, sometimes it's just dastardly control because they say so and they're alpha and you must comply in their mind. So your work is an issue. You going to work peacefully is an issue. You coming home from work peacefully is an issue. The way you dress a certain way, you know, this is not an argument against modesty. This is not an argument against being mindful and being respectful. When you are in a relationship, yeah, there are some considerations that you may want to consider. And what I will say, throw the caveat in, it is that you need to be comfortable with you and how you dress and what you wear and how you feel about yourself. That is important too. All right. You do not just get to be shoved off the table and yield to the control of a mate. That is a sure key sign to perk up your attention and pay attention and examine what's happening. And I will say that a lot of the times you will not find one without another. There will be another aspect. You won't just have one thing present that will point to, yes, I'm in an abusive domestic partnership. I kid you not, there'll be another. That is just the nature of humans. One, secured. Two, secured. The behavior spell out. It won't be too hard to see if you're brave enough and willing to have a look. Because if you suspect it, chances are. Okay, back to the business. Emotional manipulation and gas lighting. Present, present, present when there's some abuse going on, invalidated feelings, and all the accusing. Too sensitive. You're too sensitive. What do you mean? You're crazy. No, you're not. You are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. When you call someone on their BS, when you call someone out on maybe saying mean things to you or being rude and masking it as whatever they want to call it, anything other than that, if it was rude to you and your feelings were hurt, that's valid. And if they continuously invalidate what you're expressing, not a good fit, not a good mate. Oh, and the twisting of the facts. It is it is amazing how the mind works. And I can say that sometimes when you move down the road, maybe events move and soften in your mind toward your bias. However, changing the story of what occurred. Oh no, I didn't hit you. I just grabbed you. I didn't push you. You was just in the way. Okay. The shaping of language, the overriding what you said to tell you what you said and force you to say what you said that they said you said. Did you follow that? Because I did. That is abuse. The attempt to make you feel like you're crazy by questioning how you remember things, constantly challenging. And then, too, another trait that spurs off of this, another rod, it looks like this. Not only are they saying it to you, they are saying it to folks in your circle to try to paint a picture of who you are so that should you say more, that it would possibly be doubted, and i.e. that is the activity of separating you from your people. Some won't even go as far as to be around your people and work through that separation. They will work that separation through you, i.e. keeping you away from your family, causing you to miss events, causing you to not leave, barring your way out of doors. Oh, you want to be with me when you actually want to go out with your friends. The guilt trippy. Well, why don't you wanna? Why can't you stay? Why can't we? Quick manipulations. You have no plans. You make plans with your friends. Well, suddenly now you have plans made for you. These are means of control. These are ways in which an abuser works to control their environment and you staying in it. Get it? Okay. Hope you're listening. Hope you're listening. For those who are in that place where you are questioning your memory or questioning your sanity, if you've gotten to that point, and even before that point, if you've experienced any of the things that I pointed out so far, please go and get you some help. Some help, some help, some help. Especially, let's start with the beginning. If it's physical, out, out, no go, no I'm sorry's, no the first time, no, and no. It's time to go. Period. Okay, period. Time to be out. The other things, maybe you have a little bit in you where you want to work it out. Maybe you see value in this person, and there's a chance. Well, both y'all go get some of that lovely therapy. The therapy's couch, the therapy's chairs. Get you some help. Seriously, I say with a smile, because it is to be said with a smile. Go get the help you need. And pen and paper, or your clickety clickities, i.e., your cell phone, your computers, PCs, yada. Begin to journal. I think that is one of the most important things that you can do if you are in a relationship where someone is constantly challenging your memory, constantly challenging your sanity, and trying to cause you to feel like you are not all there, that you are not dialed in, that you don't understand, that you don't remember. Just don't, like it's a song or a rap. Mm-mm. Begin to write down a journal for yourself, even if it's a few lines a day. If there's incidents happening, please write things down. If there are incidents where folks are putting their hand on you, please dial 911. 911, and get the authorities involved. You want to document, because prayerfully, for those who are in an abusive relationship, you will want to get out, and you will take the time to get a restraining order legally after you've called the police and they're involved and they have reports. And you will have documentation of what occurred, when, what time of day, who was involved, who was around, who heard, what did you feel, what happened. God forbid there's bruising on your body. If you're not willing or ready or able to go to the police, please do document it in film, get your pictures, put it where it will not be found. Yes, there are hidden sections in your cell phone. You do have spots where you can hide folders and securely lock that away if you need to. I do encourage everyone who is experiencing anyone trying to remove you from your people, separation, that control, any of this, find you one key person. Share everything with them. Paperwork, documents, thoughts. Do not get circled off. It reminds me of that game Slither.io, where the snakes get bigger and bigger as they go and eat the dots, and their goal is to surround you. And now you're pinholed in, and there is no out. Do not let it grow to that point where you are pinned in and there is no way out. Keep your relationships intact. Keep your relationships intact. Keep your relationships intact. As long as they are positive and healthy relationships. If they are toxic AF, cut it. And if you are in a relationship that's toxic, cut it. Let's keep moving. Verbal or psychological attacks. You would think that some folks, men or women, went to university and learned this manipulation, earned degrees in it, because some folks take it to the hilt. And that's what you find when you move into that verbal and the psychological attacks. You are often insulted, belittled, threatened. Insulted, belittled, and threatened. And for some odd reason, some folks who choose to stand in the role of an abuser like to belittle you among your people, get you out in front of your folks and say little nasty things to you. Got no chill and no pause on trying to make you look small. Now, what they don't understand is they look like the ass in the scenario while they're trying to do that to you, but at the same time, happy with their little success of being able to disrespect you and belittle you, have someone to look down on and piss on, and feel better about themselves. Don't participate. All right. Fear the use of it, the use of guilt, the use of shame to break down your confidence or break down your independence. And this I found, and I guess I should back up a bit and say, I have over 23 years in service of domestic violence awareness and solutions. So I am not talking out my tail. I'm telling you what I know, what I've experienced from my own experiences and from the experiences of so many people that I've worked with and helped to leave, thank God. And some didn't leave, unfortunately. And some ain't even here on the earth no more because of that. And I told you I was going to share some of my stories, but in a very elevated fashion, not overwhelming detail, but just so that you understand this is your life. This is the one you're in and the one you have now. And would you want to come to conclusion of your life having lived under the burden of abuse and missed out on all of the beauty and possibilities that are available? They may not seem available when you're in the thick of it. It may seem like the world has disappeared, like that snake that just blocked it all off, like you no longer have access to the world because you are so confined under the control of that person who is manipulating and insulting and belittling you or forcing you into shame or shameful acts or taking advantage and taking harm to you like it's a discipline. Like, I get it, but I would encourage you to take steps now. Like, take steps now to change that story. Don't get to the end of your life and find yourself faced with a lot of regret. Okay. Had to get that, make sure that was going. All right. Boop doop. And we're moving to, let me check on time. We're good. We're good. Okay, good. Yeah. Threats, intimidation, and physical harm. And I do need to talk about the dependence too, but we'll get back to that. So, threats, intimidation, and physical harm. That's, again, those are more out loud. You are, something just was like sometimes. So I listen to the spirit. So let me break it down. Let me break it down. Sometimes the threats are said in jest. You know, the jokes are coming. Ha ha, I'll kill you. Big smile, big laugh, big joke. Oh, if you leave, you know, those kind of subtle comments, even in a group, one on one, the words are being said. The question is, do you take that seriously? Like, is that a way to play? Is that a joke for someone to say, "Oh, I'll kill you," whether they're laughing or not? Is that a toy? Are you a toy? You know, these are things that one would need to sit back and start paying attention. Again, I witnessed entirely too many situations where folks were dealing in abuse, like it was a deck of cards. Just, what are we gonna do today? Act out, act out, act out. And it became, or I believe that it became for them, just a way of life, a way of life, a way of speech, a way of behaving, a way of being, right? But that don't mean that it was the best way. And in those moments with those comments made, with the hee hee and the ha ha behind it, it wasn't funny, not laughing. And I'm one of those people who will literally sit in front of me if you want to. We about to have a conversation about it. And I had that happen not too maybe last year was the last time I think I experienced that, where I literally called it out on the floor. There is nothing funny about you saying that, and especially in front of me when you know who I am and you know who I advocate for. Nothing funny about it. And I will not laugh and I won't sign for it. So no one even around me is allowed to behave that way. I don't care if it is professional or personal. I'm not having it. And I share this with you to encourage you, when you are around your people, if you're hearing that level of foolery come out of anybody's mouth, then it becomes your responsibility to say something. Well, that's not my place. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it actually is your place because you were there and they were fool enough to say it in front of you, disrespectful enough to do that in front of you. You can speak on it. And you're not saying you need to go off, not saying you need to stand in the position of someone who is certified or who's been doing this for years, who speaks on it. But I am saying stand in the position of what you hold. If you're a mother, a sister, a brother, a cousin, a friend, a coworker, and it happens in front of you. And then I do have my people who've seen stuff happen just out on the street, and I'm one of those folks too. I'm speaking up then too because I'm present and I'm able to say something. Am I getting out of my place and out of my mouth? I can't say that I never have because I definitely have clapped right on out a couple of times about some behaviors I've seen. Yep, not in front of me. However, same time, I am able to communicate and say, hey, listen, I heard you say, is that what you meant? Do you really have an intention or ill harbored in your heart? Do you have a desire to hurt that person? Is that really what you want to do? Is that what you're feeling? Because if you are experiencing those feelings, let me get you some help. Other side of the coin. Hey, I heard that person say XYZ to you. How do you feel about that? Do you find that funny? Is that a joke? Is that a joking matter? Are you safe? Do you feel safe? Are you safe when I leave this place? Do you feel like you might be in danger? Is your life preserved? So, like I said, today it's going to be a little bit of a heavier conversation, and I'm okay with that, and I hope you are too. Physical violence, intimidation. Okay, so you deal with some folks, and I'm gonna straight up call them cowards. Some folks who move into this position, when you're putting your hands on persons physically and you're in a romantic relationship, you've stepped into a place of a coward. I say that wholeheartedly, no joke. And some of them are coward enough not to hit. They move with intimidation, breaking your things, throwing things in your general direction, using their body to physically intimidate, bumping as opposed to, balling a fist or opening a hand to slap. All forms of intimidation, even financial. Well, if I'm not gonna make sure you have money in this account to take care of whatever bills, well, now you got to go figure it out for yourself. You're like foolery, foolery, foolery. Whatever levels of manipulation are present, it's for the person in the relationship to do some inventory. Y'all know that's my favorite word. Do some inventory. Like, are you doing your self inventory? And it's no blame to a person who finds himself in the relationship. You found yourself there. Okay. How you got there? Do you have to deal with that? Yeah. You're gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to sit and do some self inventory on it. But understand that life is just beautiful. And if you're able to cognitively think and express, if you're blessed with the ability to grab a pen, paper, and write, you have these hands that work, then you can do some inventory. Not just for yourself, you can do some relationship inventory. Is this worth my time? Is this the life that I intended to live? Is this my best, my highest expression of myself? Is this what God had in mind for me? And I will simply say, hell no. There's no scenario where I am going to believe the sovereign divine almighty had you in mind to harm, be beaten, or spat on, or kicked, or slapped, or pushed, or punched, manipulated, intimidated, threatened, cursed at, belittled, shamed, in fear, or in guilt. That is not, that ain't it. That ain't it. So, my caution and encouragement is if you find that you are in that place, especially since this goes out in so many places, I will say that you have local government, you have local agencies that are in place to help you get out of that mess if you're in over your head. And then there's some of you who literally are in position to leave, but you're afraid that you won't find love after that. Allow me to simply say that maybe it feels like you have moments where you're experiencing love and you're being loved. I'm gonna challenge that thought and say that those are honeymoon phases to get you to stay and experience more abuse. It ain't about love. It's about control. It's about manipulation. It's about having their way. And again, I don't care if it's a woman or a man, abusers are abusers. Period. Victims are victims. And then I would say that don't be a victim by choice. And how do I say that? Don't be your feelings yet mad. staying and participating in that level of dysfunction when you honestly have an out. That's what I mean by that. I do understand that there are some people, men and women, who don't necessarily have a financial out, who don't necessarily have a community to support them when they get out. Okay, but even in that, I'm still offering no excuse. You need to leave, or that person needs to leave. There needs to be a separation that occurs so that healing and cleansing can come. Because that dysfunction, especially at that level, mm-mm, what's going to be alignment? What's going to be love? What's going to be life? What's going to be growth? What? With that kind of foolishness going on. So, abusers use physical violence and they threaten harm to you, and to themselves. Oh, I'm going to kill myself. All right, cat. That's a game I don't even, I'm going to be kind and watch my mouth. Nah, that's manipulation. If you leave me, then I'm going to, well, here's the thing, pumpkin. That's a choice too. And that choice is not the responsibility of someone who is being victimized. If a abuser would like to harm themselves because this person no longer is willing to stay and be harmed, bruh, work it out. Sis, work it out. And again, I do encourage folks who stand in that role of abuser, get the help you need because that's a mental health issue too. Fully, to be willing to smother and remove autonomy. There's sickness in that. To be willing to belittle and harm someone emotionally, there's something defunct. There's something amiss, awry, in need. Okay? We won't hit the right wrong. We're going to hit what's going on. We're going to hit with what's happening. And if you find yourself in those positions, whether it is in the role of the abuser or the role of the victim or that third role that I mentioned earlier, that one who wants to be victimized, who is seeking someone to harm them so that they feel what they've been saying they want to feel. Odd, but it happens. Okay? All of us, regardless of the role, even the role of folks who are helpers, we all need to get help. I'm encouraging you. I kid you not. Therapists have therapists. Counselor has counselor. Get the help you need. And I thank God for the two women who counseled with me after I experienced my own personal DV story. So there is help for you, and sometimes you will have to seek. So I did have this one other counselor who was So maybe you will find a but keep looking for your yes. Your yes is out there. Abuse is never your fault. If I did not say that, I'm going to say it again. I think I did earlier, but let's say it one more time. Abuse is never your fault. Abuse is never your fault. All right. And my caution is sometimes when people think about a fault, when they understand that it's not their fault, they also absolve responsibilities. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you have a responsibility. You will give an account for your life and for your choices. That's just how life moves. You're going to be held responsible for that. You reap what you sow, what you speak, you're going to have. Like this is that life. Right? So is it your fault? Nah. You are not responsible for that person's choices and their hell, or they're trying to inflict and create hell within you. Not your responsibility. But getting out is, getting the help you need is, working on your inventory, the inner inventory on who you are and what possibly is hurt and amiss that needs some alignment and cleaning. That's on you. And then I waited to bring this up to very last because I wanted to speak to the adult, and the young adults first. And then I want to speak to the parents. Y'all, for those who have children, you are also responsible for that. You are responsible for bringing those beautiful babies into this earth. Vehicles, mommy and daddy. You're responsible for what they see, for what they hear, for what they believe and code in their brain and in their conscious and in their heart and in their life and in their behaviors and take to the world and recreate. You're responsible for that. Do you want that beautiful creation that you helped to bring into this earth to take that level of ick and duplicate it in their own lives as whatever role, whether the victim or the abuser or the seeker? Is that what you want? Okay. In that, you are responsible. In that, you are called to take action. In that, to create something better. Yeah? Those babies who have been a part of an abusive scenario, they learn some things. And they can unlearn it. And they can learn better. And so can we. Like, this is not, if you are breathing, you got a chance. There's a chance. If you're still breathing, there's still a chance. And it is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Okay. You're not alone. I have a story. Millions to billions of us have that story. And it is for you to experience something better. I definitely wanted to share those key points just to help us understand if you are experiencing an abusive partner relationship, if there is domestic violence present, if there's domestic partner abuse. They've got a lot of names now, y'all. And that's fine too. But it was important to me to kind of just bring this to the forefront in Mental Health Awareness Month and provide you food for thought. And if it is that you are not experiencing any of the above, thank God. Put some prayers up for those who are, and be aware and mindful. The relationships you have, some of the people who smile, and every time you see that living couple and it's wonderful and great, baby, when you get her off to the side, sir and ma'am, when you get him off to the side, and an honest, genuine relationship will draw out those waters. Love will draw out the waters of that conversation. You got to put in the time with the people you love and ask the hard questions. Ask the easy questions. How are you? Pretty easy to say that. But where the work comes in is standing still long enough for them to honestly answer. Don't accept, oh, I'm fine. I'm good. Okay. And especially for those who you sense something is up, don't take the short route and the quick answer and just be done with it. Nah, spend some time on it and find out what's really good. Parents, with your children, what's really good? Ask that question and be bold enough to correct. Be bold enough to correct and say it for what it is. Hey, listen, I didn't raise you like that. This is not what we do. This is not how we behave. This is how we behave. This is the expectation. And as a parent, go ahead and have some expectations of your kids. Absolutely. I expect better. I expect greatness. I expect love. I expect that we make mistakes, and then I expect that we clean it the hell up afterwards. All right. So that's what I will share for right now. We are at 43 after. I do want to share this lovely, beautiful song, and I will be back.
Think you should
right now is the worst show. Call my sister on the drop, but talk to my niece first though. Can't hang out without hearing her sing her favorite verse show. Stop a gas, grab a snack, subtle thoughts of you. Push 'em quick to the back since it's still so new. Don't wanna jump the gun, but just someone I could know deeper. But only time will tell me if you really are a keeper. Saw me dead in my tracks, but tell me how you would've did that. Now you got me acting brand new. Got me all in my bed, working ain't got nothing on that. But is it safe to give my heart to you? Can't wait to see you again. Sorta gave up on that, but if you ain't made of glitter, I just might reconsider. Cause I like having you around. You make me lose my nervous energy, baby. And yes, I'm still a G. I know it might be soon, but I don't mind making room. Cause I like having you around. Yeah. I'm at the age right now where I'm pursuing peace. Clean living in and out. I got that cycle on rinse and repeat. Too many times have tried to take me out, but I still gain defeat. Shutting them all down by force like control or delete. I know you see the point that's key. It's me having the option. Letting you in my bubble only means that I've been watching. I take my space as serious. NASA takes its satellites. I'm out this world, not all shit access me because I'm kryptonite to every Superman wanna be. Frontin' in front of me, pretending like they man enough, but got feminine tendencies. I'd rather be home by myself, protecting my energy, waiting for the most high to finally start aligning me with you. I don't know, maybe, I mean, you do got a warm, familiar feeling and a dope kindredness too. And if I'm telling the truth, pom-poms, I'm rooting for you. If it's true with other panic, I'm willing to make the can't wait to see you again. Gotta give up the man if you ain't really glitter. I just might reconsider cause I like having you around. You baby. That's right, I'm still a G. I know it might be soon, but I don't mind making room. Cause I like having you around, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Her voice, like I could sit and just be in the water and chill with her. That was Tanika Sheree. And Make Room is the name of her beautiful song. Remember earlier when I said, hey, go to BLASTMUSIC247 and become an artist? She did, and she shared her greatness with us. Beautiful, beautiful song. Go find it, download it, play it over and over and over again. And big ups to that young lady because she did that. All right, so we have hit our 50-minute mark, and I think it's a fun time. Like I love supporting my people and sharing some of the things that they do. I've kept this. She was our partner for March, but I love her, and I love what she's doing to help people who are grieving. So let me share this.
To the deceased, for which it sends one app on a world wide web with tributes and memories for all, because everybody wants to be remembered. Central regions to Michigram of the United States of emotions, and to the deceased for which it stands. One app on a world wide web, tributes and memories for all, because everybody wants to be remembered.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and download that app and support that sis. She really has a huge heart. I call her the sun in a body. She really has a beautiful bursting energy, and she loves that deep. Went and created an app to help people grieve. Like, who does that? We have all these other services in place for when a person transitions from this body out of this life, dies, and who fills that gap space and creates a spot for us to gather and learn how to grieve, dare I say successfully, intentionally. That's how it equates to success for me. So that is Patty Frutenberg. Get in touch. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to make sure you're following this channel, Melikia K. Courtney. Yeah, Melikia K. Courtney on YouTube. Follow there. There's several playlists you want to check out. You want to check out the SXP Metamorphosis 365 podcast. You want to check out a couple of playlists. Lydia's Molotov is Melikia, and there's one that's SXP and Melikia. You want to check those out because I do other things besides the podcast. In September, we do have our 3-day event coming up for the women. It is the second weekend in September. If you are a beautiful woman who has experienced some of what we talked about today, if you are a beautiful woman who has experienced traumas and some of that is just left over in your body, impeding your progress and your forward, and you'd like to finally sit down with your sisters and sisterhood and tend to those issues, not only in conversation, good food and fun, but spiritually, because we do some crown to sole of the foot work to help our sisters transition to better places and go on to greatness. We got some really great stories from our 3-day intensive love weekends. It is a sanctuary experience. If you've not had a sanctuary experience, lady, you want to get in touch with myself. You can go to the partner site. It is thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary. Thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary has information. And then I also would love to connect with you directly. You can email lifeissanctuaryxp, lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. All right. And let me know. Hey, put it in the tagline, your title line, Sanctuary September 2025. And that way I know to get immediately back to you because deposits are coming in and you want to get that done immediately. We fill up fast. For so freaking many reasons, I didn't get into it right now, but for so reasons, we fill up quick. Come get this love. It is my high pleasure to love you back to life. All right. I'm going to share this with you and give you time to do that real quick. That is how you build your discipline. And your discipline is what will carry you throughout the year. Think of your folks who are into martial arts. It is a discipline. Think of your folks who meditate like I do. It is a discipline. It is such a discipline, such a practice that I can move quickly into it. I can move quickly into state because I practice. Think of doctors. They practice. It is not an exact science, but we practice, right? And we build our discipline and we continue to learn and to grow. So this is what I am saying when it comes to habits. Why is it important? Okay, quick peek at what we have on Blast, available for you throughout the week. Come join us. Empower Up has moved to Thursday. Louisiana List has moved to Saturday at 7. Okay. So I wanted to definitely share with some of the beautiful people that are a part of Blast Nation are offering throughout the week for podcasts. Follow, connect. There's also a radio station that supports and serves independent artists with some incredible writers that do reviews for music. You want to connect. It's beneficial. All right. That answers the what's in it for me question. We have had a wonderful conversation, to learn or not to learn. This was part 3 of the series for May, mental health awareness. We are having full-on conversations about mental health awareness. We're not making it optional because it's so important. It's so important. My encouragement is that you do tend to your mental health. What do you need? Do you need to go and touch water? Do you need to sit down and write and journal? Do you need to explore making poetry a coping skill and adding it to your bag? What do you need to improve, level up your mental health? I got some folks around me who are beast mode practices, and they still add good stuff when they find it. So be like them, be like Mike, be like me. Fill your bag, use your coping skills, tend to your mental health. Have a conversation with yourself. Not necessarily out loud or around people or answering yourself because folks might wonder. However, let them wonder. Do whatever it is you need to do. If that's what you need to do, handle it. Consider your peace. Consider what stress does to the body. Consider what joy does to the body. Consider what happiness does to your body, to your whole demeanor. All right. Explore happy. Explore the health and mental health. Explore that. You can have that. And it's not too hard to touch, to attain. Explore it, pursue it, possess it. That you can actually do. All right, loves. We've had a conversation. I've shared with you the 5 key ways to kind of inspect and investigate if you are experiencing domestic violence in your partnership, in your relationship, in your marriage, in your situationship. If it is that you are, I did drop those in the chat. Let me go back and see. So I'll run it one more time to say I have access. This is the hotline, and that's the long. You can literally type in the hotline.org and find help there. Oh, I am performing this Sunday. Well, thank you for telling me. I totally zoned on that. You guys, if you're in the Tampa area, I have been asked to feature with Speak for the Culture, and I'm still going to find this other thing that I was finding because I want to make sure I share that. Bam, there we go. So I am performing at Speak for the Culture this coming Sunday. If you're in the area, it's a paint and sip. How about get in touch and let's get you connected, get those tickets. It's on Eventbrite. I think it's called Tea, Paint and Sip. If you follow my social medias, you will find it. My Instagram has been changed. It is no longer Sentence Helper. I miss it. It is Malikia.LadyMolotov, and Molotov is spelled Molotab. Okay, pumpkins. So find me there, connect. And I think I sailed the flyer. I'll do it again just so that it's real close. I'm looking forward to coming and to doing my thing. If you've not experienced me as a performance artist in person, you might want to, especially if you really enjoy the virtual. On Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have been holding it down, my partner Scott Harrell and I, for 5 years of poetry. We've been in PIR maybe like 3 or 4, but we've been doing poetry together, holding space for awesome and bomb poets to come pull up and unload. And it goes down on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Clubhouse in Partners in Rhyme. The room is called Lyrical Vibes. If you've not experienced that, pull up, bring your favorite libation in that cup and your poetry. Come listen if you want to, but feel free to come on up on that mic level and say your piece. It is definitely very welcomed. What else is there? There's so much, y'all. I do a lot. Oh, I do have a couple of spaces for folks who would like to be a first-time writer. If you've been promising yourself, I'm going to write my book, I'm going to write my book, I'm going to write my book, and you haven't done it, and you've been over there lying for years, come on, help, get some help and being honest. And I'd love to help you get that actually written and not just written, but editor and published. There's a lot of wonderful things that I've gotten to put into my professional tool bag because of all the amazing people that I've met. Y'all just won't even understand. And I guess I didn't say too much about my own experience with DV, but maybe we'll pick a little bit of that up when we get to part 4. I will meet you back here Tuesday at 8 p.m. for that conversation, and it's going to be a good one. So don't be selfish. Share. Bring a friend. With that, I'm complete. I wish you the best and much love. Be at peace. If you're in a situation, use those numbers. Get out of that situation. There's better waiting for you. Button.